Hello students, welcome back to Unix programming class. In the previous class we have studied about the shell, its interpretive cycle and wildcards. Wildcards like star, question mark and the character class. Today we will see another wildcard which is used to match the totally dissimilar patterns. Okay, which is used to match the totally dissimilar patterns. So dissimilar patterns means in the previous class we have used the example of chapters, right? Chapter files, chapter 01, chapter 02, chapter 03, chapter X, chapter Y, chapter X, Y, Z, all those. So there the chap was a common thing in all the file names, but the rest of the things to match we were writing the patterns, right? We were writing the expressions to match the pattern. But here totally dissimilar pattern. So the multiple files we will consider, but they are totally dissimilar. Nothing is common in those file names. So how to match such kind of file names? So to match them we will use the another wildcard called the flower parenthesis. Okay, so here let us look at this first example. So this first example says that you have to copy, this CP operation will copy, what it will copy, all the files which are having star.c and star.java. So this star dot here, this star and dot is applicable to C files as well as to Java files. Okay, star.c and star.java. C and Java are totally dissimilar. Nothing is common in between those file names, right? So here we are using the flower parenthesis to make use of to write expression to match the dissimilar patterns, right? So here star dot means everything, star means everything, all files, we can consider all files with star dot c, all file names which are having dot c as extension, and all files which are having .java as extension. Okay, all those files should be copied to my current directory, isn't it? So this dot says that all those things, all these files should be copied to my current directory. But where these files are situated, they are present in my home, and under home there is another subdirectory called programs. Under programs these files are present. So here you can see this home. How we represented home? $home. So if we have written in capitals, it means that it is a environment variable, right? So $environment variable means it is taking the value of the environment variable. That means the path of my home will be stored in home variable. $home means that path will be taken, that value will be taken. Okay, so under my home directory there is a subdirectory called programs. So we can take like this: under my home directory there is a subdirectory called programs. Under programs directory there are C files and also there are some Java files. So all those files which are there under programs directory, the C files and Java files should be copied to my current directory. So that is the meaning of this command. Okay, so how we are matching the dissimilar patterns? Using the flower parenthesis. Okay, is that clear? Let us see another example. So this is another example. It is also performing the copy operation itself. What it is copying? It is taking from root. See, this is the relative path because it is not starting with a slash, right? It is not starting with a slash, so it is a relative path. But here it is starting with a slash, so it is an absolute path, right? So here under root we have a directory called home. Under home we have a directory called Kumar. Under Kumar we have three directories. Let us say project, HTML and scripts. So these three directories, under these three directories, everything it is telling. Under these three directories, any number of files which we have, all those files should be copied to my current directory. Okay, should be copied to my current directory. So how we are matching the dissimilar patterns. So there is no common thing between these file names, right? Project, HTML and scripts. There is no common pattern, but still we are matching the patterns. Okay. So under home, there is a subdirectory called Kumar. Under Kumar, we have three files: project, HTML and scripts. Under these three, all the files which are present should be copied to my current directory. That is what this command says. Okay, that is what this command says. So this is how you can match the dissimilar patterns. Is that clear? Okay, let us look at some examples of different patterns what we have used using wildcards. So what is this ls star dot c means? Just a moment. Okay, what is this ls star dot c means? Ls is to list, right? It will list all the files with dot c extension. Star means file name may be anything. See, the pattern is like this, right? File name and in between that there is a dot, and then the extension will be there, right? The extension will be there. So file name may be anything, but the extension should be .c, that is star dot c. Okay, star dot c, that is fine. So file name may be anything, but extension should be .c. That means all C files, all C program files, right? So all C program files should be listed. That is the meaning of this command. In the previous class we have listed this, right? All C program files we had listed. Next, mv star double dot slash bin. So can you guess what it is? This is for moving. MV stands for moving, right? It says move everything, means all the files in my current directory to another directory which is present in my parent directory. This double dot represents the parent directory, right? So in my parent directory, there is a directory called bin. Okay, to that directory move all the files in my current directory. That is the meaning. Okay, all the files which are residing in my current directory should be moved to a directory called bin, which is in my parent directory, okay. So that is the meaning. One level up you have to go and take the bin directory there. To that directory all my current directory file should be moved. That is the meaning of this command. Then cp foo star. What is the meaning of this? So you should be very careful in analyzing this, interpreting this command. cp means copy a file called foo to another file called foo star. So when you say foo star here, you may be feeling like all the files, see, because we have used so far the wildcards, you may feel like when you say foo star, it has to copy the contents of foo to all the files which starts with foo and followed by anything or nothing. You feel like that, right? But that is wrong. Okay, so what it is doing here is the content of the file foo is copied to another file called as foo star. The name of the file itself is foo star. Okay, in Unix you can use meta characters also as a part of file name. So any character you can use for file name. So star can also be a part of file name. Foo star itself is a name. Okay, file name, it is a file name. So here that is not applicable. Okay, so you cannot copy one file to multiple files. So what it will take foo star itself as a single file name. Okay, so it will copy the contents of foo to another file called foo star. Okay, so that is what the meaning of this means. Then CP, and there are few question marks. How many? There are 6 question marks in programs. What is the meaning of this? 6 question marks means it is matching a pattern which is a file name which should have minimum of, or not minimum of, exactly, okay, the file name should have exactly 6 characters. Okay, all those files which are having file name 6 characters should be copied to a file called programs. Okay, should be copied to a file called programs. So that is the meaning here. See, question mark we studied in the previous class, right? Question mark will match a single character. So 6 question marks means 6 characters. The file name which has 6 characters should be matched to the file name, and all those files which have 6 characters will be copied to a directory called programs. Okay. Then LP, this is a new command for you, LP, which stands for line printing. Okay, which stands for line printing. It will send the file whatever you give here as a printing for, as a argument for printing. Okay, so this file will be sent for printing to the printer. Okay, it will be sent to the printer for printing. LP means line printing. Whatever the argument you give for line printing, that file will be sent for printer for getting the hard copy printout. Okay, that is LP. So here if your system is connected to printer, you can try this command. Okay, so what is the name given here? File name is note 2 character classes. One is this character class, the other one is this character class, right? So first character class, what it is having? 0 to 1. That means name of the file should be note. Okay, and first character after note should be 0 or 1, and the second character after the note should be 0 to 9. So what files it will match? Will it match? Okay, I'll give you some samples. Will it match note 01? Yes. No, it should start with note, and 0 is one of this and 1 is also one of this range, so it will match. Will it match 0 to 9? No, it will not match, because note is there anyway, but 2 is not there in this range, but 9 is there in this range. It is okay, but 2 is not in this range, so it will not match this file name. Okay, but if it is note 19, will it match? Note 19, yes, it will match, because note is there and this 1 comes in this range and 9 comes in this range, so it will match. Okay, then what about note 08? Yes, it will match, because note is there, 0 is one within one range and 8 is within this range, so it will match. Okay, so likewise you can give the character class for matching the file names. Okay, next example is rm star dot not L, not O, not G. So what is the meaning of this? Remove. RM command for removing, right? Star means all files which have dot log, not log. Okay, so you have to remove all the files which doesn't have dot log extension. Okay, log dot log files you shouldn't remove. That is the meaning. You remove every file, but you shouldn't remove those files which have dot log as the extension. That is the meaning of this command. Next we have cp minus r is for recursive. So recursion you have studied in C, right? Recursion means it will repeatedly execute some function until some condition is not met, isn't it? It will repeat itself repeatedly function, it will repeat itself until some condition is satisfied. So that is recursion. Here also it will keep copying until all the files in this directory are not copied. Subdirectory, under that directory, if subdirectories are there, under that subdirectory subdirectories are there, some files are there, everything it will copy. From where? From, see, it is an absolute path, right? It is starting with a slash. From home, under root home, under home Kumar, under Kumar we have three directories: include, lib and bin. Under Kumar we have three directories: include, lib and bin. Under those, whatever the files and subdirectories are there, recursively should be copied to my current directory, should be copied to my current directory. This dot represents the current directory, right? So that is the meaning of this cp command. Is that clear? So these are all some different examples which you need to concentrate on. Okay, next let us look at the escaping and quoting. I told you in the previous slide that any file name in Unix may have special characters also. So like star, it can be having star, it can be having hash, at, question mark, parenthesis, flower parenthesis, anything it may have. A file name can have any character, special character. But these special characters belong to wildcards, right? They are meta characters. So when a file name is having meta character, how to interpret it, how to remove its special meaning. Okay, so as we discussed in the previous case, foo star, this is the name of the file itself. But if we take foo star, if you say ls foo star, if the name of the file itself is foo star, what we expect? We expect only this file name should be listed. But it will not do like that. It will list all the files which are starting with foo and followed by anything or nothing, isn't it? So that is the meaning here. So this star is a special character which has some special meaning which need to be removed in this case. For that purpose we use the escaping and quoting. Okay, escaping, and by using escaping and quoting you can remove the special meaning of meta characters which are present in the file names or patterns which are not necessary. Okay, so let us look at some examples. Escaping means, how do you escape? Using a slash. So we have seen in the C programming, right, escape sequences, that is slash n, slash t, slash v, isn't it? So those slash b we have seen. These are the escape sequences, right? So these escape sequences means it will escape, it will perform some escaping operation to display some special character. Okay, so that is the escape character. So here also those characters are having escape, that slash, here also the escaping is done through a slash. Okay, escaping is done through a slash. So what it will do, it will remove the special meaning of the wildcard. Okay, it will remove the special meaning of the wildcard when you prefix the slash with a wildcard. Okay, then quoting also will remove the special meaning of the wildcard when it is the entire pattern is enclosed in quotes. Okay, when the entire pattern is enclosed in quotes, the special meaning of wildcard will be removed. Okay, either you can use both are used for same purpose, slash or quote. You can use single quote and double quote also, but there is a difference, we will study that. Okay, so slash is used for escaping and quoting also will be used for escaping the special meaning of the wildcard. Okay, let us see escaping. To remove a file named chapstar, okay, we have to remove a file whose name itself is chapstar. This is not a pattern. The name of the file itself is a chapstar. Then how to remove? If you say rm chapstar, what it will remove? It will remove all the files which are starting with chap, isn't it? But we don't want to do that. We want to remove only one file whose name is chapstar. So then what we can do? We can escape the special meaning of star by prefixing the star with a slash. Okay, by prefixing the star with a slash, the special meaning of star will be removed. Now this star will be just a symbol. It is not a meta character. Okay, now shell will treat this star as a simple symbol but not a meta character when you escape the special meaning of star. Okay, so now the file name itself will be taken as chapstar and star will not be treated as a meta character. Okay, now again to list the file whose name is chap0 within parenthesis 1 2 3. So this is also a wildcard, right? Character class, the range you have given 1 2 3 within character class. To if you have the file name itself like this, then you have to remove the special meaning of the parenthesis, right? Then what to do? You can write like this: ls chap0, you put a slash here, put a slash here, right? Here and here. So whenever you come across the parenthesis, you put a slash, you prefix a slash to them, then the special meaning of that bracket will be removed. It will not be treated as a character class, rather a normal symbol. Okay, shell will treat those parentheses as normal symbols. Okay, next let us study about the 3 standard files. Before that, we will execute the previous commands and then move on to the standard files. Okay, let us look at the example of matching dissimilar patterns. So if you execute this command, ls star dot c comma list. So what it will list? Ls command is for listing, right? What it will list? It will list all the files, star for all the files which are having extension after the dot. It should have extension C or LST. We have such files, right? So before this, let us see all the files which we have in our current directory. Okay, so here you can see there are .c files and .lst files, isn't it? So here you can see this emp.c file, and below that you have emp.lst file, emp1lst file. So here we have another file called leap.c, you can see here. So we have, and here also we have some C files. Below that script, sort.c is there, student.c is there. So we have some C files and some ls.c files and .lst files. So in order to list the .alls.c files and .lst files, we will write the command ls. Okay, we will write the command, let us say ls star means all files which have the extension after file name. Extension should be they are dissimilar, right? C and LST are dissimilar, so we'll write within parenthesis flower braces C comma LST. Okay, so all file names which are having the extension .c or .lst should be listed. So will it list? Yes, it has listed. See, all the files emp.c, emp.lst, emp1.lst, leap.c, sort.c, student.c. So all these files which are having .c and .lst extension, it is listed. So like this you can use the dissimilar pattern. Similarly, if you would like to list all the files whose name is starting with F and whose name is starting with E. So So we have multiple files, right, whose name is starting with F and whose name is starting with E. Let us list them. To list them, we use ls command, and we have to specify the parenthesis because we are having dissimilar pattern starting with F and starting with E. They are totally dissimilar, right? So starting with F, comma, starting with E, close the parenthesis, and after that you can say a star. So it should start with F or start with E followed by anything it may be. Okay, so now what it will list? See, it has listed all the files from here to here. You can see all the files which are starting with E and starting with F are listed, isn't it? And followed by anything. So that is how you can match the dissimilar patterns, right? So now let us say ls 3 question marks. That means the files, all files which are having 3 letters. Okay. See, now it has listed all the files which have 3, even the directories AIT, under AIT, CSE, ATC, isn't it? So those directories as well as files it is displaying which has 3 characters, only 3 characters, nothing more than that, right? So likewise you can use question mark for matching the single characters. Okay, now let us try CP chap. So we have a file called chap, right? So let us see what is there in chap. Cat chap. So some random contents are there in the file called chap. So let us copy that chap to chapstar. What is chapstar? According to our discussion, chapstar means all the files which start with chap, isn't it? So it has to copy the contents of file chap to all the files which start with chap. Will it do that? Okay, now it says chap z is not a directory. It is expecting that the last argument of cp command to be a directory. So it is telling that it is not a directory. Okay, now let us see the escaping examples. So let us create a file. Let us say cat. We have to use the redirection symbol to create the file with cat. So cat redirection, let us say chapstar. The name of the file itself is chapstar. Okay, now okay, it is ambiguous. It is telling it will not accept, I think. Let us try something else. Chap question mark. No, it will not allow you to create. Here Termux is not allowing you to create the files with meta characters. Okay, here Termux is not allowing us to create files with the special characters. So you have to try these escaping commands on your systems only. Okay, PCs or laptops, on your Linux or Ubuntu, you please try them. Okay. Okay, that's all for today. Have a good day. Bye bye.